Scattered across London are a collection of buildings which represent an untold story of post-war modernism and which challenge and extend our ideas of heritage. In areas where bombing was lighter, high-density modernist blocks of flats were inserted into gaps left by the Blitz in the city's historic terraces. These have never before been studied as a group, but through extensive archival research, studying bomb maps, and simply walking and recording many of these buildings for the first time, this project reclaims this group of neglected schemes, designed by a group of overlooked architects, and shines a light on a forgotten part of London's story. While I was aware of the much discussed large-scale housing schemes, I was interested to see if there were any post-war building works more intimately entwined in the context of older buildings. Encountering Eva and Walter Siegel's 22 to 26 Ovington Square, a brick-faced, high-density block of flats situated within a stuccoed square in Knightsbridge, I discovered that this was not an isolated incident, but one example of a particular kind of development that could be found across London. Using the LCC's bomb maps of Kensington, I was able to locate a collection of houses which had been damaged beyond repair. By visiting these sites and seeing what stands there today, I have found a diverse collection of contextual modernist buildings built in the 1950s or early 1960s. London was an exciting opportunity for a generation of architects who had little opportunity to build during the war. They considered how modernist buildings could fit into historic settings and seized the opportunity to experiment in their design. The ambition of post-war planning can be seen in Forshaw and Abercrombie's County of London plan from 1943. The West End was identified as an opportunity to rebalance the social landscape of London. Through the construction of small flats, they aimed to move people away from the densely populated East End towards the West End, where amenities such as Hyde Park were easily accessible. One way of doing this was to build high-density flats on the sites of single-occupancy townhouses. With the councils focusing on large schemes, the sites usually fell to private developers, and their designs were shaped by the shortages which followed the war. In recent years, they have become very vulnerable as their unobtrusive and non-contiguous nature means they have escaped the consciousness of architects and the public alike, making them an easy target for developers looking for inner-city sites. However, we need to defend these sites. They represent a complementary modernism to the better-known story of post-war mass housing schemes built on large cleared sites, and constitute an important contribution to the design of London and a valuable part of our architectural heritage.